Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of Automatic Kings. I'm Adrian King.
Aaron Thompson.
And with us today is one of AT's good friends and our homies. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Demetrius. Most of y'all, or anybody that knows me, go by the name of Cheeks. So either or, what's from me.
All right.
So glad to have you, man.
Yes, sir. To have you. Yeah, thank you for coming, man.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Well, basically, we're here because we wanted to touch up more on the Colin Kaepernick situation that has just been fuming all week long, basically. Like, it's been a whole week, and no one has stopped talking about Colin Kaepernick, from his performance to him sitting during the national anthem, and even yesterday's game against the Chargers when he was kneeling during the national anthem. It hasn't gone away. There's too many naysayers about it, but there are some things that needs to be clarified about why he did what he did. And at the same time, since we do have ourselves a 49er fan here, and a big time Colin Kaepernick fan as well, we decided, hey, why don't we hear from a fan who actually follows the team and follows the players and give his little take on it as well. So keep right here with us. We're gonna do our thing. So go ahead and get started, I suppose.
Yeah, I wanted to know, did you feel like that was the best way for Colin to go about it? Do you feel like him taking that stand, sitting down, do you think that was the best way for him to do it?
I feel like correct protest is it grabs your attention. It stops your world. It makes you address whatever the topic is. So it's almost oxymoron if I'm telling you I want to do a protest, but I want to do it safely. If I do it safely, I'm not grabbing your attention. We've seen this happen before when LeBron James come on out and did the whole little thing on what thing was that's what it was.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, when you go up there and you say something, you present it in a way where everybody's going to agree with you.
Right.
Well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to agree with you, and everybody's going to like them. World's going to be good, and 3 days later, nobody's going to give a fuck about you.
Right.
So the fact that the way he did it stopped the world. It made everybody pay attention. And once you grab everybody's attention, now we can talk about the issue.
Doing something like because I feel like everybody who I pass up, I mean, every other person is speaking about this situation that's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has grabbed their attention, the world's attention.
He has.
And another thing about it is, when things happen like this, you find out about how much stuff people don't know. So these type of things, I know when I was back in elementary school, my teachers were telling me about the national anthem, who wrote it, and his history. And I knew this stuff already. And these are thoughts that were running through people's head a long time ago. But it's that, it's that peer pressure effect. You might feel bad about it, but when you sit in the classroom and you know that this race is creating some words and he's forcing you to sing to show how patriotic you are, yet you don't want to stand up and be the one person in the classroom that says, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
So, you kind of just say, oh, well, you know what, I know it's wrong, but I'm going to just do it anyway. And, that's kind of how this whole oppression thing goes. Things pop up and it's wrong, but, we just find a way to get around it. We don't talk about it, So the fact that he was able to do it, and I'm not surprised that you saw Eric Reed, step up with him there.
Yeah, that was cool.
From Seattle, he did it as well. College football's going to hit heavy this Saturday. I'm interested to see, from this point on, it's like, okay, well, one person do it. Oh, okay, now it's comfortable, And then, as long as people understand why it's being done, find out about the guy, know who Francis Key is, know his history, know what he's about, know
do your research.
That's all it is. Do your research. And a lot of people, sorry about that. A lot of people don't think to do that because a lot of them already are just going by a hearsay or a preconceived thought or some sort of mindset that they're already flowing with. So if these people aren't taking the time to really pay attention and to actually do some research and to really discover what's happening here, the real history behind certain things and why Kaepernick took the stand that he did, of course you're gonna get the people with these negative thoughts and these negative ideals of what Americans should be and what patriotism is. And let's not even get started on what patriotism is, because in his own right way, according to the First Amendment and under the complete definition of patriotism, he actually acted in a patriotic way.
Yes, he did.
He really did. Like to me, this is what America is about, to be able to have those freedoms, even the freedoms that weren't given to us,
Right.
You know, that weren't designed for us.
Yeah.
But yet, you know, we were given those quote unquote freedoms. You know, when you have the Emancipation Proclamation, and let's not even get started on that, because even that part of that right there is a little bit, what really happened?
Yeah.
You know, but we were given these freedoms and these liberties, you know, to be able to express ourselves the way that we should as an American. You know, and since we were born in this country, that does make us Americans by nationality, but not by the color of our skin, which is like, okay, so it's still a double standard for us.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean, I feel you on that. And if you understand who, you know, of course you understand who Francis Scott Key is, like you said, you know, and what the lyrics of the Star Spangled Banner were all about, you know, and how it really didn't come into existence as a national anthem until 1931, 1932.
Yeah.
You really got to do some research there. So they gotta just throw it all out there. And I mean, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense as to why Colin Kaepernick did what he did. And a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna try to throw the race cards out there, but you know, let's be honest here. A lot of white folks, I'm just gonna keep it real here for a second, just so you can roll with me.
Yeah.
A lot of white people were not in support of what he did.
Well,
if you guys were to do your information and look up something, you'll understand that he did his part as an American by standing or not standing, you know, during the national anthem the way he did, and him expressing his thoughts and his emotions, which entirely are true. You know, like, I mean, we are doing our First Amendment rights right here. Like the three of us, we're sitting here talking openly, publicly. That's our right as Americans.
Yeah.
You got to do your research, man.
That's all I ask for our viewers to do tonight is please do your research. Please do your research. Do your Googles.
Google it.
Google it.
As we all say, Google it.
Now, one thing I definitely want to touch on about with this coming about, I don't want, you know, any viewer to think that it was just white people thought this way.
Right.
Right.
Black people thought that way.
Right.
Because it's not.
It's not.
It's
a general. There's a lot of black folks that are kind of on them too. So I'm just saying, generally speaking, Jerry Rice.
Which I'm pretty sure that messed with you as being a 49er fan a little bit. It kind of messed with you.
It's like, come on, Jerry.
I guess what frustrates me about this topic altogether is you know, if you're gonna have an opinion, I'm sure you guys seen Cam Newton speak on whatever.
Oh man, that's another topic we want to talk about too.
If you want to speak about something, if you want to have an opinion about something, I'm all fine that, and I'm okay if you decide, you know what, that ain't my lane.
Right.
Not everybody has a personality to step up and say these particular things.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's true.
But if you're gonna speak up and say it, know what the hell you're talking about. Know what you're talking about. And so when you're able to stand there and say something, if I ask you a question, then you need to be able to dig deeper into why. Because if you don't know it, what ends up happening is the fact that he sat for the national anthem, that became your point. And so then if you don't know who Francis Key is, and I tell you, well, you know what, I don't want to see him because of this. Well, then now, either A, you look stupid because this is what you were defending, or you end up backpedaling and say, well, I didn't mean all that. Well, what the hell did you talk for in the first place?
Okay.
So, you know, I
take notes, people.
I think the more important part in this is get informed. I think what this realized for me was there's a lot of people who aren't informed about our history. Good or bad, they're not informed about our history. So it connects the dots. So when I'm pissed about something, if I tell you, you know, that's another thing I learned. I learned that people don't know what oppression is. So if you don't even know what it is, then how can we even talk about if it exists or not?
Exactly.
So if, you know, you need to know that first. So when I tell you that I'm mad about something, if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, well, then you think I'm making it up.
Yeah.
So it's a struggle for you to get informed, and then for us who aren't informed about these things too. When you do a protest, which that's why I love what Kaepernick is doing. He's telling you why he's telling you that he's mad. That was stage one. Now he's telling you why I'm mad, you know, and then the next stage is to get other people to have the conversation, and hopefully somebody steps up. and you know, explain and join in on the cause that's not the same color as I am.
Well,
yeah.
To me, in my opinion, I think people are just kind of skimming through it.
Sorry, there's some people here playing football at the park. Homie had no hands at all.
I feel like people are just kind of like skimming through it. They're not breaking it down.
Yeah.
They're not defining none of the words, you know.
No, they're not.
At all.
No.
They're not breaking it down at all.
Not one bit.
So it's just kind of like, you know, just sheep. Have you ever watched sheep, you know, being herded?
Yep.
Everybody.
You're right. You got one dog corralling the sheep to go a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all going that way. One dog. All these sheep.
That's how I feel like what they're doing is. It's just like they turned it into a military thing. That's what blew my mind. I don't get how we got here.
Like I said, before this came up, there's a lot of things that when this happened, I didn't know that the flag, you know, belonged to the military. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what that. If you look at the flag, you're going.
That's just military.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. Like, you know,
and it means nothing else. It's the military.
No, the military.
You know, and what's unfortunate is I think people need to remember that the flag is like a symbol. It's a symbol of what America is. There's so many people who will respect the flag, but then actually see a soldier who dedicated his time and not give a fuck about him.
Right.
But how many ex-soldiers we've seen on the street that are homeless and they'll walk right past that person.
Absolutely.
Keep that dollar in their pocket.
But
sure will. They go bag and salute that supposed to be flag.
For real.
So
for real. For real.
That's what's up.
The definition of what patriotic is, except what Kaepernick is doing is actually. He's saying, man, he loves them because that's nothing. It turns.
Like, I'm gonna look this up right now. Go ahead and keep talking because I'm gonna I'm gonna show these people. Go ahead and keep talking, Cheeks.
Somehow it became, you know, he's anti-American because they're saying for the flag.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think you were saying, man, I love America so much, but I see his flaws. And because I see his flaws, we need to do this to make it better. Because I mean, any relationship that you have, anybody can lie to you, and we can be cool. But a real friendship, you know, we've been cool for years. A real friendship is, if I see you messing up, I can tell you, you be cool and all, but you know,
you messing up.
And you know, and a real one's able to say, okay, cool, I can respect that. If we have to be fake all the time.
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
In fact, I'm going to share with you guys real quick because this was a post that I put up on Facebook and Instagram, and basically this is a definition of what patriotism is. Patriotism is an emotional attachment to a nation which an individual recognizes as their homeland. This attachment, also known as national feeling or national pride, can be viewed in terms of different features relating to one's own nation, including ethnic, cultural, political, or historical aspects. Now, just think about that for a second. What Colin Kaepernick did, let's break this down. What Colin Kaepernick did was an emotional attachment to a nation in which an individual recognizes as their homeland. He even stated, in fact, if you were to check out, you know, his press conference from NFL Network, I saw it on Facebook and it was beautiful. They had him up there for about 15 minutes. He even said that he loves America. He loves this country. He said that, you know, so that's recognizing part of his patriotism. He did say that he loves America. However, he also stated that he just doesn't like what's going on with the brutalities, you know, and the injustices and the discrimination. That is what he's speaking on. That right there as well is a part of what's going on here with this emotional attachment to a nation, because we as Americans, we don't like what the hell's going on, and we have that right as Americans to be able to speak up on it. We as Americans have that right to voice our opinions. We as Americans have that right to tell your government that you're messing up. Bottom line. So that's part of that. Now, the other part, this attachment, also known as national feeling and national pride, reiterating once again, that's what he did, can be viewed in terms of different features relating to one's own nation, including ethnic, well, he is biracial, cultural, same thing, political, or historical aspects. And he did touch on that as well. So stop and think for a second. You know, people are saying that what he did was unpatriotic, but actually what he did was quite patriotic. Just like how, you know, how that Army Reserve second lieutenant, you know, he was on a pole vault at the Olympics in Rio. What did he do? He heard the national anthem and he stopped and stood at attention and saluted, because that was his own personal right as an American.
Yeah.
Both of these men here practice their American freedom, their right to express themselves patriotically. So just think about that for a second. All right, my bad. I just had to kind of interject for a second.
You
I had to
broke
throw
it down for us.
I mean, you got to think about it that way. You know, this is part of doing the research. You know, if you hear what's going on and you want to know what's happening, don't just be hearing what someone has to say. Don't just do that. Look it up. Do the research. Read on it. Guarantee you, you're going to open up your mind to a whole lot of shit. I'm saying it just like that.
Now, how do you feel about the military backing it? Some military personnel are coming out and
I mean, I guess I appreciate it, but I mean, I never thought it was I never thought they were put in a position to have to do it in the first place. You know, because because I mean, the funny thing about it, he was been doing this all pieces. The fact that they caught it on, you know, when he decided to play, I mean, whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
But when he did it, like I said, I knew about this whole national anthem thing. So when I originally heard him do it, I thought it was just strictly on that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm not saying these words. Like, I'm cool with the whole flag thing, but I ain't saying the words.
Right.
Then when he got into more detail, and it was you know more, it was deeper than that.
Right.
Okay, cool. Well then, well, let me hear what he's talking. Because though I love when people protest, I hate when people go up there and protest, but they don't speak about it and tell them.
Yeah.
Because then now the people you're trying to reach, they don't hear that, you know. And then it's not about just talking amongst us because we know what's going on. It's telling the people who are doing the oppression, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. Right. And let me tell you why you're doing it. And you need to be able to say it in a certain way for it to hear.
Yeah.
So I never thought the military was the target here. Like I said, once I found out from people who I had this view that the flag meant military. And therefore, if you don't sit down for the flag, that means you're disrespecting the military. It's like, oh, that was interesting. Right. And so now, I'm happy that they stepped out and said, "Listen, man, like I said, that flag, that's just a symbol. Like,
Right. That represents the system.
That represents the system. That don't represent us. You know? Like I want you to you want to salute the soldier? Salute the actual soldier.
Yeah.
I don't care about that flag. Because if a soldier burned the flag, what are you not going to support the military anymore? No.
Right.
So the flag is just a flag, you know. So I mean, I'm happy that they did step out and defend him and speak up and let the people who were going to use that in him. Because I mean, let's be clear. The people who are comfortable with status quo, they're going to find any way to make Kaepernick's either message or just him as a person. They're going to attack him and try to demean him as much as possible so we can say, well, yeah, he's got a good message, but he did this and he did that. And,
you got to find something.
You got to find something. Always got to be something.
It's always got to be something.
So first it was a military thing.
Yeah.
That didn't stick. Oh, okay. Now we brought the shirt thing.
Right.
That didn't stick. Oh, okay. Now we brought up the sock situation.
Right.
That didn't stick. Oh, okay. There's going to be something else.
There's always going to be something.
It's only a matter of time for that rape charge he had. That's going to pick up next. There's something that's going to come up that you're going to constantly attack the person. So the fact that the military went and backed them like that in San Diego, I was concerned about that.
This being a military town and everything, and so much American pride that San Diego has.
It's one thing to do it when nobody's really knowing, but now you got the whole world on. I mean, because it wasn't just San Diego media that was in that. It was CNN, MSNBC, and everybody was
worldwide coverage.
And then it just so happened that they're supporting all these super flags and troops. Everybody's watching what he's going to do at that moment. What are you? That's the uncomfortable moment we was talking about earlier, when you know what's the right thing to do, but sometimes that pressure gets a little too big, and you don't want to do it. So the fact that he looked that pressure in the eye
and said, "I'm still going forward,"
and then came out and had a good game. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all came out and kicked our butts. I mean, hey, y'all came out and kicked our butts. You sure did.
So I mean, I'm happy that the military went out and did what they did, and hopefully that part of it is done now.
Right.
But they'll find something.
There's always going to be something that they're going to find. I mean, no matter what it is. And the thing about it is that no matter what it is that we do, no matter what it is that we say, and I'm going to be as brutally honest as I can possibly be here, folks. No matter what it is that we do, or no matter what it is that we say, we are still going to be devalued. We're still going to be undermined. No one is going to give a damn. No one is going to give a damn about us because of how we look.
Yeah.
And if they can take that aspect out and try to actually understand and pay attention and listen to what it is that we have to say and what our emotions and our feelings are behind these situations that have gone on through hundreds of years of history alone here in the United States before it was even the United States, then people could try to understand it, but they don't want to because they want to sweep that bad history under the rug. Here's the rug. Y'all sweeping it. Y'all sweeping all that dirt, all that shit, all that grime, everything. Y'all sweeping it underneath the rug because you don't want everyone else to know just exactly how screwed up we are as a nation. The truth is, we've been screwed up, and nothing's been better. Nothing's gotten worse. Everything's been the same. It seems like it's getting worse now because we have technology now. Thank you, social media. Thank you, cell phones.
Yeah, the world
is in the palm of our hands now. Shoot, even the camera we're looking at right here from my computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all there. Beforehand, people were just talking about it. People were experiencing it. No one was really saying anything about it. But now we have that voice. We have that power to express what's going on. To let someone know I am practicing my rights as an American according to the First Amendment. I am not going to stand up for the for the national anthem. I'm not going to sit here and salute the flag. And quite frankly, I'm with Cap on that. I stand with him. What do I need to stand for when I live in a country where we as black folks, and then you have other people, Latinos, Asians, Native Americans themselves, being completely devalued and treated like shit? For what? For what? Oh, that's right. Because we are only for your entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We are for your satisfaction. We are supposed to be these puppets and these slaves to your machine and just sit here and not say anything. And that's probably the other mentality that you guys have. Like, why can't he just sit there and just be quiet? Why can't he just sit there and be grateful? Oh, I'm pretty sure he's grateful that he has an NFL career. Shoot, hey, he's getting what, $19 million this year?
I've heard that a couple times.
He getting paid. Hey,
I heard that a couple times.
F it, man. He's getting paid. Yeah. But at the same time, though, just because you're getting paid a certain amount of money doesn't mean that you just stop what you're doing as an American because of how we look.
Like your values change, and your morals change.
Your morals change.
Like,
right.
Come on, man.
Right.
I heard that a few times this week. Saying, oh man, this guy was he supposed to make $11 million this year or something like that?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? He's a multi-millionaire. Why would he do that? He has all this money. Why would somebody with all this money just, create all this tension that we don't need?
Which goes back to what I was saying earlier about a lot of people do not know what oppression means.
No.
So
a lot of people do not know what it means.
So they feel like you can buy your way out of it. You can work your way out of it. And so then at that point, when somebody does become successful like Colin Kaepernick, when somebody complains about it, the example came, well, he made it.
Yeah.
He worked hard. Why can't you get it? And now the focus becomes on the people that were able to, go up the hill and then, jump through all the obstacles that was there.
Right.
The focus is on why didn't you work hard to go through up the obstacles instead of saying, well, why are these obstacles in here in the first place?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep.
And so with all that, I think that's been a perk with this whole situation is a lot of people who weren't informed about this.
Yep.
You would think it's been here for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
People would know it.
Absolutely.
But they didn't. So if you don't know it, there's people that are doing the status quo over and over and affecting so many people and have no idea that they're doing it.
No clue.
So
just keep it quiet about it.
Yeah. So back to the national anthem. For teachers out there now. For a lot of college, a lot of schools, they're going to have to start asking themselves, okay, well, I might have known that this song was made by a racist. Which, I mean, anything that was made, back in the day, anything period. But anything after, 1865, if it happened before then, most likely it was created by somebody who didn't view black people very well. So you would think everybody would know that. But once again, that's something that I've had to, when I've talked to people, I've had to explain that to them.
You got to. They just go along with the program.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you thought like the world was all peachy.
Yeah.
everything was
Yeah,
good.
right.
Like I don't know who brought you up thinking that way.
No.
Yeah.
But like the world was just all peachy, and these presidents weren't just all great, and like blacks were just clubbing every weekend. Like that's not how the world went.
That's not how we are as black folks, by the way, folks. Just so you know.
Not all.
No, not all.
Yeah, no.
Some, and those are like, hey, you need to slow your shit down.
Yeah.
But we ain't all like that. So.
So like that. It was that. If you don't know that the history is there, which you should know,
Yep.
but whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't know the history, so cool. This conversation, the difference between, and I think that's why I love the social media so much, with Twitter, with Facebook, and Instagram, any type of internet, period.
Yeah.
That before, like if you take all these avenues away where the message will get out, now a line is drawn.
Yeah.
Because Kaepernick pretty much he made his point very clear on what he doesn't like, who he doesn't like, and who needs to fix those issues.
Yeah.
So when it's floating around and you don't really know that you're a part of the problem, if I don't address you for it, then you'll continue to do it.
Yep.
But now I've drawn a line in the sand. I said you either on this side or you're on that side.
Yep.
So now,
and that's how a lot of us are these days now.
So now it's not just you asking other people who are of different colors, how do you feel about this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that way?
Yep.
Why you feel that way? And now you have to start thinking, okay, damn, I might say this, but shit, I didn't know it was on. Like I've seen a lot of people on ESPN that made these comments.
Yeah.
Because before it was a sports issue.
Yep.
Now it's becoming a world issue. You see what you want it. But before there was a lot of people on ESPN who made these comments and thought it was, this is unpatriotic and oppression. I don't know what that is. I don't see. He's rich.
Yeah.
And then they start learning some things, or somebody hit that jack and told them, "Hey, you out here wilding. You need to do this and this."
Yeah.
And then now you see apologies coming out.
Yeah.
Or
a lot of people saying their words back.
Yeah.
They
going back I'm sorry for what I said.
Back on their words.
Yeah. So
if we gotta start calling people out, we will. We ain't afraid.
Yeah. But without the conversation, I can't even get to the situation to call you out if we ain't even talking about it. So at least
that's the thing. You gotta start talking about it first.
Yeah. So this situation, at least it called you out and it made you sit on the side and say your opinion. Because a lot of racist situations, you keep that stuff to yourself.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't just walk to people, random people. Hey, are you racist? That's not how it happens.
Yeah.
But when these situations come apart, and then now I put you in a situation where you have to speak your mind on it. Well, now I see your true colors, and then now you have to deal with that.
Yep.
And some people who, like I said, they'll have these views. They aren't racist. They don't have a issue with blacks. They just don't know any better.
Yeah.
That's what they were taught.
Yeah.
So then we can have
true.
this conversation and say, hey man, I know you thought that was cool. Like the whole people who feel like, yo, he's an athlete, take your money and shut up. Like, I know that's your line of thinking, cool, but let me tell you why it should be more important to just, to speak for the people who don't have voices. You're in a position here where you can talk for everybody else who's going through those problems. Kaepernick might not be going through those problems, sort of, but best believe, I'm poor. If I drove off here and a cop saw me and I said the wrong things, he'll shoot my ass. But you need to understand that Kaepernick is rich. And if he says something slick to a cop, he'll get his ass shot too.
Money don't mean nothing to us.
Money don't mean nothing when it, like I said, they don't know what a person is. They don't know these issues. So they think that you can buy your way out of it. Oh, he's got money now, so he must be good. No, he ain't good. He just has enough money now to be able to benefit from and have the benefits that I don't have to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, once that money's stripped, I mean, he's still
average Joe, huh?
Yeah, still average Joe. And the thing about the military, that whole Veterans for Kaepernick that was on Twitter, you saw a lot of people that were currently in the military and former vets saying, "Listen, how bad you think I feel?" How bad you think I feel when I was in the military and I served for this country, and I defended your country, only for me to come back home to nothing, take that uniform off, and I'm just another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I had that uniform on, I was fighting for your country, or you saluted me.
You were superior. And
then I get home and I take that off, and I'm
like I'm chump change.
Yeah, I'm chump change.
Pretty much. Like send the next guy in because here's the thing, soldiers, they're expendable. replaceable.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
You know, like anything can happen to any of these veterans when they're battling on these front lines. Anything, even in a training exercise, something can happen to them.
Yeah.
And you know what they're doing? Bringing in more troops. By the time you are 18 years old, you can go and join the military. So as soon as you graduate from high school, off to the military you go. But guess what? Who do you belong to now? The United States government. You know what I'm saying? You can't do what you want to do no more.
Yeah.
Like you lived your life. That's it. You are locked down. That's it. That's it. You know, and for these veterans to come home and get treated like shit, I am proud to say that these veterans that are standing up for Kaepernick, well, first of all, they already know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. Who are we as, you know, normal civilians who've never served the military? Have you served the military? None.
No.
All three of us right here have never served the military. Who are we as a general American public to tell, you know, veterans how they should feel about somebody not standing up for the national anthem? What kind of sick shit is that?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. Like I'm a little loose with it. I ain't trying to drop no other bombs or nothing because we already know how I can get. I can say some crazy stuff. I'm you know, I'm gonna try to tone it, but it's just I'm on the roll here. So just work with me. You know, I come from a military family. Straight down the line. My great grandfather was in World War I. My grandfather was in World War II.
Same here.
Right?
Yeah.
My dad, Vietnam.
My uncle's Vietnam.
Both my brothers in Desert Storm.
Yeah.
One of them was a Marine, one was an Army. One is an Army, he's still in the Army now to this day. My other brother, you know, he went on, he was in the Marines for, I guess, I want to say about 8 years. I could be wrong, but hopefully, Nate, if you're watching, you know, correct me on it. But then he later on went to go be a border patrolman and later on, you know, to be a mercenary. Sorry to kind of throw that shit out there, but that's just what it is. You know, I got a cousin who served in the Air Force, stationed down in Okinawa, Japan, and wherever else he was, you know, about 20 years ago, I want to say, you know, and you know, we don't know who the next person in our family is to go join the military. We have no clue. You know, it's not me, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but to know that I come from this lineage, you know, and to know how even they as veterans are being treated, you know, it's painful. My dad, you know, he had to leave the military, because he has a condition called myasthenia gravis. Look that up. I ain't gonna get into it right now, but it's a medical condition that is, well, potentially fatal. And he has and he's been dealing with that condition all his life. All his life. He is still battling to get back pay from the VA. Now, mind you, he went and served his country. He went to Vietnam. He wasn't in the military for very long. You know, he was there with the Air Force, of course, but still. You know, the fact that he's not getting anything. My oldest brother, who was in the Marines, my brother Nate, you know, from what was understood when we spoke once, you know, he mentioned that for him and his wife and they 4 kids, you know, when it comes down to medical insurance, as you know, as a veteran, you know, former military, $1,500 a month he's got to pay out of his own pocket. You know, so this ties into a lot. Like everything that Colin Kaepernick has been doing and saying is all connected. And that's the thing that a lot of people need to understand. A lot of people need to feel, because a lot of people are just going off, oh, well, he's not American, he's un-American, he must hate, you know, I guess I even heard some rumors saying, oh, he converted to Islam. What? Huh? Because of what he did and what he said? No, he's stating facts.
Yeah.
You know, and he even said himself, he's got family in the military. He's got love for the military. I got love for the military. I'm just not a military type of guy. And that's all right. We all have different avenues of life to go down. But because of the fact that we come from these types of families, these types of military families, that still gives us our right as Americans to voice where we're at. And if you guys can't get that together, then we are screwed up. All hope is lost. There's no cause anymore. We're just here. We're just here.
A lot of people are lazy, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to do their research and get educated and informed.
No.
And that's what I ask from our viewers.
Yeah.
Is to go educate yourself.
Tell them.
You know, inform yourself of what the hell is going on.
Yep.
You know, pick up a dictionary. You don't know the understanding, the meaning of the word that's being said? Look it up. and understand it and know it. Don't think you know it.
Especially in this time now, because before the internet came around, like if you wanted to know some information, you had to
You go to the library, look at the dictionary, look in the encyclopedia.
So if your reasoning was, I didn't know that because I didn't have the proper information, the avenues to learn information, like that's still an excuse, but I can at least understand that. Now you can literally grab your phone.
There is no excuse.
There's no
Hit
excuse.
a Google search and find anything you want.
Google
Not only
Yep.
find one thing, but you can find 4 to 5 sources to back that up.
Yes.
So there's, you would think that there's no, but there's up until this Kaepernick situation, there's been no reason for a lot of people to know this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, like with the national anthem, there was no. I mean, what purpose would an average person need to know who wrote the shit?
Yeah.
There was no purpose for it.
Yeah.
So, as long as the status quo keeps going and chugging along and there's nobody's ruffling any feathers, we'll keep the thing going. So, I mean, we need these kind of protests that really shake things up. To make people, and that's why I have hope with this.
Yes.
Because I'm finding out and I'm learning that it's not a lot of people. A lot of people do have hatred. You can't fix them.
Yeah.
But then there's a certain amount of people, they don't hate. They don't have that hatred. They just don't know.
Yeah.
So now, okay, you
uneducated,
didn't know that.
misinformed.
Yes.
So and once you find out the amount of misinformed people,
Yeah.
then you start realizing, well, if we actually inform them, then we can probably make some changes here.
Yeah.
Because and I seen Kaepernick kind of throw a bone at it a little bit too. But a lot of times when somebody protests and they speak about these oppressive situations, then the counter question is like, okay, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do to actually make a stand?
Yeah.
And we wouldn't ask that particular question in any form. Like I wouldn't ask a child, hey, what are you going to do to stop being child molested? I wouldn't ask a rape victim, hey, what are you going to do to stop people getting raped?
Yeah,
you wouldn't ask the victim to do that.
Nope.
Because no matter what I teach my child, if a child molester's out there, he's going to molest when you're messing.
Yep.
So,
and that's not anyone else's fault but that molester or that rapist or whoever it is.
So when it comes to oppression, you can't ask the people who are dealing with it to then turn around and say, well, what are you going to do to fix it?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't care how much money you put towards the neighborhoods. I don't care what you do. I don't care how many times you talk to people in the neighborhood. Doesn't matter. It's not going to change unless the other side changes.
Yeah.
And so what I'm learning is that a lot of people on that other side who are putting in these rules and regulations in order to put them into play, they're doing it, but they don't know. They don't know where it came from. They don't know why they're doing it.
No, they're just setting up the rule.
So it's like, okay, now that you know, I'll give you the pass. You didn't know. Now that you know, are you going to continue to do it?
Yes, exactly.
And that's what
now that you know,
now that you know,
what are you going to do about it? How can you help us?
So,
because a lot of people are saying like, oh, you guys got to help yourselves. But we're the ones who have been victims for far too long. So instead of us being, the victims and trying to help other victims, we can do that. We can help, each other like as victims of oppression and whatnot. But I mean, to our oppressors, I mean, like, we need to find a way to educate them, because they were taught to oppress. And that's the thing. That's part of the thing about oppression and racism. I mean, they go hand in hand like this.
Yeah. Buddy.
Buddy. Straight up. It's taught. It is taught, like, and that's us doing that, to them. I'm saying us as in us human beings. I'm not saying us as black folks, us as white folks. No, us as us as people. I almost said black folks, but no, I'm thinking too much about us. I'm sorry. Us as people, like, we're the ones doing that. So how can we stop, spreading this venom to the younger people? How can we stop teaching these kids how to be toxic when you grow up? There's got to be a stopping point. And with what Colin Kaepernick did, man, like he's paved the way. He started something, and it's beautiful. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I am so glad that he did what he did, because I mean, like, if not him, who? And then that's what you do when you educate yourself. When you educate yourself and you take the time to understand what is going on, then yeah, you're gonna speak up. I mean, of course, you got these naysayers. Oh well, six years ago, like no one's talking about no 6 years ago with where he was and what he was doing. No one cares. No one cares about that. What we care about is what's happening right now. Because the past can be the past, yeah. And the past might not necessarily make you who you are today, and sometimes it might, depending on what kind of past you left behind. Or if you kept bringing your past with you. Now, he said that he wants to start something for the people. He wants people to be able to catch on to what he is doing. He wants people to be informed about what's happening. So, is he being a trendsetter? Yes, he is. He got another guy from the Seahawks to sit down, during the national anthem.
With that being said, like what Cheeks was saying earlier is, college football weekend is this weekend, this Saturday.
We gonna see a lot about what's happening.
We're gonna see a lot, of people sitting, people on one knee, people not putting their hand over their heart.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, and we shall see what's gonna happen.
We're gonna see what's happening.
What's gonna be, because see, the NFL's, look like I said, with how Cam Newton having a situation. Though I was disappointed in how he did it.
Yeah.
He's got so much money going, so that, I understand why he pretty much put his hands up and said, "Hey man, I don't know nothing. I'm here to play football." Like I don't approve of it, but I get it.
Yeah.
With these college athletes, ain't no money. You ain't
no money.
No. Yeah. No. You ain't got no money. Yep.
And then as for a coach, who's going to be the coach? That's going to tell these black kids, "Hey, listen, you can't protest for this." Because you already saw what Jim Harbaugh did. He went out there and he stated about, I don't approve of your motivation or your actual stance. And he got killed in that little hour that he had that moment out. Media was killing him.
They ate him up.
Backpedal real quick. All them Migos songs, that black car he trying to pull, the record to do his recruits, that was going out the window. So he had to backpedal. No coach wants to be that coach that tells you, "I want you to entertain but hey, I don't want you protesting."
No, forget that.
And most of these protests that happen with college, younger students who when they were a certain age and they were taught a certain way, and then once they get to, because you're not gonna learn this stuff in high school. Not gonna learn it in elementary. Then you get to college and then you start finding out how twisted the world was, and about just the past, and not even necessarily the present. You start realizing these things, and that's the kind of the age where you start being aware of it and start figuring out, okay, well, what I need to do. So you combine that with Kaepernick. I can't recall a protest that's been this strong by an athlete. Like I said, I know. LeBron James and all them, they did a little something, but that was a little something.
I would say not since Muhammad Ali. Since
it's been
boycotting going to the military.
It's been that long.
In his prime too.
In his prime. Now,
this strong was on.
Now, real quick, because we're speaking on oppression, and what is it you said? If you don't understand what oppression is, you really can't speak on it. So, oppression. It is a prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. Other synonyms for it would be persecution, abuse, maltreatment, ill treatment, tyranny, despotism, recession, suppression, subjection. Now, another part of this definition is the state of being subject to unjust treatment or control. So, if you really think about it, that's kind of like, oh crap. And then the third part to this definition is mental pressure or distress.
So
let's keep that real for a second, folks.
So for the people who don't understand or just don't agree that oppression exists, if we start with, at least we can agree that slavery happened. We can at least start there. Let's start there, right? So we know that. So we know for 400 years there was a certain amount of of certain type of people using powerful rules to act cruelly to another type of people. So we agree there.
We agree.
So then from 1865 to, I would say, when Jim Crow laws kind of went out in 1964, I believe there's a 100-year gap. Before no, we didn't have slavery. We had some other stuff.
Yeah.
Civil rights music. Yep. Civil rights movement. Yep.
So we're what, 50 years from now?
50 years, about 50 years removed.
50 years.
Yeah.
We'll say
50
50 years. 52.
So you mean to tell me that 500 years of doing something and thinking a certain way and affecting people, and all of a sudden it's only going to take 50 years for you to wash out of my brain? And that's even if the things that we were doing in the past, because once you start researching more and you start, realizing where police came from, where prisons came from, what was the whole purpose of prisons, and you realize that these systems that were put into place, they're not broken. They're not bad. These systems were put in place and they're working to the T right now.
For a reason.
They're working wonderfully.
Yeah.
For a reason.
It's us it's our job to figure them out and figure out how to counter it.
Gotta know.
So this has been put into place.
Gotta know your stuff.
Know your stuff. So then, if you know that, then when I tell you, man, this is how tough it is dealing with these particular situations, you can at least understand and say, damn, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see why you distrust. If you know that the when police were created, those weren't necessarily these wonderful police officers you think they are. They were slave patrol. The whole purpose of them were to make sure slaves, like that was the history there.
Yeah.
So if that's my connection with police officers, how then do you expect me to trust them at this point when you haven't done anything to dissociate yourself about what happened in the past? And Kaepernick touched about that in his recent interview.
On top of the current events that have been taking place with all the shootings.
Yep.
How are you supposed to trust them?
I don't hate all cops.
Right.
But the bad cops that are doing what they're doing, not only are you putting the good cops in danger, because you doing something bad, and nobody else is stepping up, which is another cop issue. We need something. If we want to really get some things going, when somebody acts bad, somebody's got to step up and say, "Yo, I'm a police officer. I don't roll like that." If one day we'll get that, we ain't there yet, but we baby stepping.
It's gonna take little by little.
Little by little. So the fact that he was able to say these particular, he was able to say these particular things, and there's a lot of information. You don't want to just shove all this. You don't ask a baby to write an essay. It's baby stuff. But he started the conversation. If you are interested, go look at some information. If you're not interested, cool. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep jamming down your throat till you become interested. So, like I said, I love what he was doing. I love and with all this kind of plays important, he needs to stay on the team. Because if he gets cut, then
you might as well kiss that NFL career goodbye.
If he gets cut, and me being not a fan, I know he hasn't been playing as well as he's supposed to. If he gets cut, then he's just some guy on the street with money in his pocket. That lasts, but it's hard. Every Sunday when you see Colin Kaepernick, he's on that field, and you see that message getting put in your face every Sunday. It's hard to just ignore it because you don't see it every week, especially in the NFL. It's the biggest sport, in our country. So him playing well, and that's why I salute Kaepernick, because knowing that pressure, knowing that the country was going to be looking at you in San Diego, everything on your shoulders, for him to come out there and lead that first round,
and he still did his thing. And have the natural.
We got a lot of information tonight, fellas.
Yes.
We did our thing tonight. I don't want to, make this go on any longer. I don't want it to take it to an hour.
Right. I mean, we
actually get some knowledge up in them.
Yeah, because we can be here all day, but we ain't trying to do that to y'all, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate Cheeks coming out.
Yeah, thank you, Cheeks.
Sharing his opinion. Letting his voice be heard.
And this here is also where it starts, because we got it. These are certain things we got to talk about, folks. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that we have to be able to discuss, to be able to share, and to be able to inform and to educate. If they don't know, educate them. We can't belittle someone because they don't know. The problem is that they don't know because they were never taught it. They never learned it. And the one thing with us as black people is that someone knew that if we don't look it up in a book, we ain't gonna find it. And that's because during the days of slavery, Shit.
Yeah,
let me say it for a second.
Yeah.
During the days of slavery, we weren't allowed to learn how to read or write.
Yeah.
We weren't, because they knew how smart we were. They knew how brilliant we were. They know how intelligent we are. And if we were to learn to read and write,
That's a different topic,
leading the way to a revolution. We're gonna leave that right here, though. We're gonna leave it right here for now. You know, so for now, I mean, and like I said, we can go on and on and on, but we won't, because there are other topics in the future that we want to try to discuss anyway, and we just want for everyone to be able to get their general view on it. So, you know, we're sorry that it took much longer than we had anticipated today, but this needed to be discussed full on out. So until next time, once again, Cheeks, thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You know, so for now, we're gonna sign out. Thank you for tuning in to Automatic Kings. Y'all have a blessed weekend. To those who are living in different communities, I'm going to be looking up, you know, different events that are going on. I hope you guys were able to catch that video that I did earlier about what's happening in Mobile, Alabama. DeMarcus Cousins is hosting a community panel with police and other city officials to discuss, you know, how there could be unity between, you know, the police and the civilians. So that's something to look forward to. If you're in the Alabama area, or if you know someone that's in Alabama, share that video, get that out there, because that's important. So until then, we're gonna catch y'all next time on Automatic Kings.
Where there's peace,
there's always a blessing. Peace.